Good evening, everyone. Hopefully you can see and hear me okay. We are going to be bringing you a live stream of the British Firework Championships this evening. They're due to start in around 5 minutes' time, so we will be cutting away to the fireworks. Don't worry, you don't have me. Although I have got a lovely firework display behind me this evening. So before we get underway with the fireworks, which are due to start in just a moment, let me introduce myself. My name is Erin. I am going to be bringing you the Firework Championship intermediary commentary this evening before we show you the displays. The first display is due to start at 9:30, so in just a few minutes' time. We are streaming across our sites in the southwest this evening, so welcome to those of you watching in Plymouth, where the Firework Championships are being held. Welcome to you watching in Cornwall, Devon, Bristol and Dorset, and anywhere else where you might be. Give us a comment if you want to shout out. We'll be doing those between the displays, talking a little bit about the displays, and we can get your comments up on the screen. So say hi, let us know where you are, and most importantly, let us know which display is your favorite. It is the championships after all, so there will be a winner. We'll be talking a little bit more about the theme of the championships this year. It's the 25th anniversary, all things like that. I cut it a little bit fine this evening just before the first display, so we'll use the opportunity between the displays to do shout outs and go over a little bit more information about the displays. We will be live throughout this evening and also tomorrow evening as well for part 2 of the British Firework Championships. The first team this evening, which is due to fire, is Nemesis Pyrotechnics. They are due to kick off the show. They've been with us at the British Firework Championships before at 9:30, and what we're doing is we're mixing a feed between ourselves here at Plymouth Live and all the other lives that you're watching, and also live from the Hoe where the cameras are set up to film it. So very quickly, if we've still got a second, what we'll do is we'll just cut to Nemesis Pyrotechnics in a minute when they start. They are one of 3 this evening, so 6 in total over the 2 nights. Your other 2 firework participators for tonight are Europla Displays and Phoenix Fireworks as well. So Europla are aiming to fire at 9:50, and then at 10:10 you should have Phoenix Fireworks. I see we've got quite a few comments coming in, so let's show a couple before the bangs start. We've got one here from Michelle saying, hi, we are watching from Oxfordshire. We moved from Plymouth in January, and this is the first time we haven't been to watch it. Well, don't worry, Michelle, you will get to see it tonight because we're going to be bringing it to you live from the Hoe and also my house, because that's where I am. We've got Claire watching in Turkey this evening. Fantastic news. Carl is saying, I used to transport the fireworks there many years ago. That's a nice feat. Thank you for sharing that. Loads of comments coming in. I can barely actually show them all. We'll do some more in a minute. I'm conscious that because we're streaming wider than Plymouth this year, some of you may not totally know what's going on, but let's see the display first and then we'll explain afterwards exactly what's going on. Let's go over to the Hoe now and show you the first display.
First, we get an indication. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's Nemesis.
There we go. This is the moment you can turn down your microphones again so that you're actually able to hear my voice and it doesn't deafen you. We are bringing you the live stream from Plymouth Hoe this evening so that you get broadcast quality footage, but I'm here in between to keep the Plymouth Live theme going and give you all some shout outs and let you know what's going on and also what's going, and it's 3 sets of displays of fireworks this evening. So you will have just seen Nemesis Pyrotechnics with the first display of the British Firework Championships 2022. If you are new to the Firework Championships, maybe you're watching from elsewhere other than Plymouth, these are an annual event that happen every year. It has been going for 25 years now. 1997 was the kind of inaugural British Firework Championships. And with the exception of 2020 and the COVID pandemic, they've not missed a year. This year, because it is the 25th anniversary, there is a theme. Now, the theme is, and I'm no firework expert, so I'm not quite sure how this is translated, but there is a Jubilee theme. So there will be a sequence themed around the Queen's Platinum Jubilee in all of these displays. So keep your eyes peeled. When I find out any more information about that, to give you maybe something to look forward to, I will let you know. But keep your eyes peeled, see if you see anything Jubilee themed as we go. So first firing display has already happened, and that was Nemesis Pyrotechnics. They are a crew-based company. They have been here at the British Firework Championships plenty of times before, and the company itself has been doing fireworks and pyrotechnics for over 15 years. As I said, they've competed with us before. The last time was in 2019, and they also do things like Plymouth Firework Championships, but also BBC Proms in the park too. So they're a pretty renowned firework manufacturing and displaying company. No pressure, of course, because the next group to display are Europla Displays UK. Now, they have not competed in the British Firework Championships before. So it will be really exciting to see them. If you are familiar with the British Firework Championships, you'll know that there are a few names that kind of regularly pop up, names that we hear from. Nemesis are one, Phoenix Fireworks another, and Fully Fused Fireworks. They are participating tomorrow. So we'll kind of have a rough idea of what to expect, if you can ever expect something in terms of a firework display. So next display, as I said, Europla Displays. And I mentioned about the Jubilee theme. What you might see is a red, white, and blue display coming up in the next one. So there tends to be a 20-minute gap between, 15-minute gap between each display. So we've just had Nemesis Pyrotechnics firing at 9:30. They fired for 10 minutes. So now we've got 10 more minutes until, actually about 5 to 10 more minutes now. 10 to, you'll be seeing Europla Displays, and hopefully keep your eyes peeled for the red, white, and blue flames, sparks. I don't know what the word is. I can tell you for a fact, though, that blue is the hardest firework colour to make. So extra props in terms of the shells that they're using to do that. Okay, that's a bit of the context out of the way, which is good. When we do a live stream like this on Plymouth Live, though, the reason I take over in between is because we want to hear from you, and we want to make it an interactive experience, and we want to make it, we're all friends here. So let's see who we've got in the comments. Let me know what you thought about the first display, Nemesis Pyrotechnics. The streaming software I'm using means that I can put your comments up on the screen. So if you want to shout out, get in there. Who have we got? Sue, watching from Newton Abbott. Lovely to have you with us, Sue. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go right down to the bottom to the most recent ones. We have got Jason saying, wishing I was there, watching it with my GF. Well, second best thing, watching it with us live. Second best thing. Here we've got one from John Wheat saying, hi from Newport, South Wales. 25 years. I remember the first one. Fantastic first display tonight. I'm from Plymouth. Thank you, Erin. Pleasure. Lovely to have you with us. Nice one here from Jean as well, saying, love it. I've not been in Plymouth for this before. Yeah, we've expanded the stream out this year so that if you're a little bit further afield, maybe elsewhere in the Southwest, you can be part of it. And the footage that we're getting from Visit Plymouth, Plymouth City Council and PL1 events is really a lot better than the past 6 years when I've been hoisted up on a balcony using my iPhone to try and live stream it to you. So I'm glad we can bring that. One of the things I have noticed just from the first display, a few of you mentioning about the audio levels. Obviously, you've got to bear in mind that the camera crew are filming at quite a distance to the fireworks, but they're also filming in the middle of a really busy, crowded area. There are thousands of people up on Plymouth Hoe this evening. So if they crank the audio too much, all you're going to hear is all the people around chatting. So my suggestion would be whack the volume up as high as it'll go when the displays are on, and then turn it back down when they finish so you don't get deafened by me. I'm afraid I'm not physically there, so I can't do any tweaking, but hopefully that will help. We've got Colin Crossman, missed the first one, but watching from St. Budo. Well, don't worry, Colin. 2 more displays to go. Next one is from Europa in just a couple of minutes. And I'll give you a little bit of information about them in just a second. We have also got Sylvia saying hello from Lincolnshire. Great to see it. Thank you for showing it. Pleasure, no problem. Raymond, I never knew about this, but I'm enjoying it from Cornwall Live. Best wishes from Trev in Cornwall. Thank you very much. This is what we're expanding the British Firework Championships, maybe to those of you who are outside Plymouth and might not know it until now. Aidan, however, is watching from Plymouth and is from Plymouth, which is fantastic. Sarah, hi from near Saltash. Thank you for your hard work. My 6-year-old mates are coming tomorrow. Great. So you can watch tonight here, have tomorrow in real life, which is very exciting. Okay, who else have we got going on? Somebody saying Matthias in the sitting room. Adrian on Cornwall Live. Hi, Erin. Very good, very good. We've got some watching from Exeter. Beryl saying best free show for everyone. It's been going for years. The locals are used to the noise. Yeah, we are a bit, aren't we? But yes, it has been going for years. 25th anniversary this year. Keep your eyes peeled for some Platinum Jubilee themed segments in the next display. Let me just remind you who we've got coming up next. So Europa Displays UK. They are from Bath. They have competed in the Plymouth Championships and they are relative newcomers. Yeah, it's the first time. This is the first time they've competed. They've not been here before. So relative newcomers, not only to the championships themselves, but also to firework displays too. They only started producing their own displays in 2017, which isn't that long in the grand scheme of firework displaying. You can expect to hear lots of firework displays from this team, and they've all been created without using plastic, which for anyone concerned about environmental information, that is very worth knowing. No plastic here, but lots of sound effects. So like I said, turn the volume up as high as it will go. I'm afraid I can't turn it up anymore from here, but they are due to fire at 10 to 10, which I make about 1 minute's time. I'm keeping my eyes peeled for any movement over on the hoe to see what's going on. We have got, you may see as well in a moment when we cut to it, the whole of Plymouth Sound, the breakwater where Mountbatten breakwater, where the fireworks get fired from. If you're not familiar with Plymouth, it may not make sense. If you're from Plymouth, you know all about how the setup works. Let's head over now, though, because Europa displays are ready to fire. Here is your second team. How about that then? That was a pretty good display. I'll just let you turn the audio down so that you don't get deafened cutting to me. That was Europla Displays UK with the second display of this evening there, firing at 10 to 10 until 10 o'clock. So we've got about 10 minutes until our final display. Let me know your thoughts so far. We've obviously had 2 displays at the moment. Nemesis Pyrotechnics kicked off the 2022 British Firework Championships. And then, of course, you've just had Europla displays there. Let me know if you've got a favourite. We'll start polling opinions, getting some comments up on the screen, see who seems to be winning so far. But don't forget, there's 1 more display to go tonight, and we've got 3 more displays tomorrow as well. So even if you've got a favourite at the minute, could get completely blown out of the water over the next 24 hours. You will have noticed as well, hopefully, the red, white and blue displays this year, the 25th anniversary of the British Firework Championships, coinciding with the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Everyone has incorporated a Jubilee-themed moment into their display. And hopefully you saw some of those amazing blue fireworks in there. Blue fireworks, some of the hardest to produce in firework producing. The compound, to my knowledge, the compound that you need to create that blue color needs to be heated to a certain temperature. I think it's about 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. It's copper chloride, but if you heat it to that level, it then becomes really unstable and then fades too quickly. So to be able to see the blue of that vibrancy in that display is absolutely fantastic. My personal favorite so far, but don't let me influence you. Let's see who else we've got in the comments. Annabelle saying Europla, the best so far, their favorite. Matthias saying not as good as the first. Nikki saying they were really good and we got to see the big ones over Blockhouse Park. Nice. Jenny Wills, hey Jenny. Second one is the best one so far. Badger saying it was a fantastic display. Very good. Who's this? Very good from Paul and Sue in Weston Mill. Loads of you in the comments. I'm sorry I can't get them all on the screen. There's just so many of you with your comments. So we got Richard saying, great second display from Europla. Shame about all the ads overlapping the fireworks. The ads? Is it me? Sorry about it. Who else have we got? Paul saying, have I got chemistry BSc? I've barely got a chemistry GCSE, Paul, but I try and do a little bit of research from time to time. Harriet watching from the balcony, loving the second one. Oh, and we've got a shout out here. We've got to say hello to Riley, age 7 in Callington, who prefers the first display. Very interesting, Riley. We'll have to see what you make of the third one. Looks like people are leaning in favour of Europla at the moment, but you never know. As I said, we have got 1 more display this evening, so don't go anywhere. They'll be coming in about 5 minutes' time. And our last company is Phoenix Pyrotechnics, Phoenix Fireworks. They have very much been to the British Firework Championships before. In fact, they won it back in 2009, and they also won the British Musical Firework Championships in 2007. So there's no pressure, but you know these guys have set a precedent with previous displays. So we'll have to see how they do. They are from Kent, and they were founded in 1972. So a lot of firework firing under their belt. But having said that, Europla Fireworks, they only started displaying in 2017, and they seem to be the favourite so far. So maybe tenure doesn't mean anything in this instance. Chris says, have I missed the fireworks? Please do not talk through it. Don't worry, Chris. I would never. I did do that back in 2017, but I won't do it this time. You haven't missed the fireworks. We've got 1 display next. We are just in between displays at the moment. Of course, there are, dare I say, hundreds, thousands of shells, firework, firing tubes, all down on Mountbatten Breakwater at the moment. They've all been meticulously prepared, set up to fire this evening, but each display team, after the fireworks have fired, they then need to go and make sure everything's ready for the next one. So don't panic. They're in the middle of the changing period, transferring one team to the other, ready to fire. So you've not missed anything at all. Kerry is stuck at home with COVID. Well, I'm glad you're getting to see this live with these amazing cameras. Visit Plymouth and Plymouth City Council and PR1 Events running all this evening, and very kindly allowed us to share it with you, our audience. Elizabeth saying, I love the first one. Thank you for making my evening. Miss being there. I'll be there next year as long as I have no broken ankle. Fingers crossed. Who else have we got? Mandy, amazing. And my granddaughter is watching it from Jenny Cliff, and she's 1 tomorrow. Mila, happy birthday for tomorrow, Mila. Who else have we got? Please say, Lynn says, please can you say hello to my mum, Cynthia? She would love it. Hello, Cynthia. Thank you for watching. Welcome, welcome. Let's see who we've got as well. Janice saying, good luck, Plymouth. Shout out to Wendy, my cousin in Whitley, all the way from Oldbury. Very nice. Where's the... Now this is the comment I've been waiting for. Where's the lady? Fresh cut chips a pound. I'm not... Usually, me personally, for the past 6 years, we've been streaming the fireworks from the National Marine Aquarium, which is also based on the waterfront in Plymouth. And one of the years we did it, there was a fantastic lady, Maria, who was flogging fresh cut chips for only £1 down to the punters on the Barbican. Fortunately, I'm not on the Barbican this evening. We're just bringing you the feed, but what a great throwback. Sarah says, can you say hello to Willow? Yes, I can. Hello, Willow. So nice to see so many of you watching from all different parts of the Southwest and beyond. Thank you for joining us for the British Firework Championships this evening. We will be back again tomorrow as well from about 9:20. So make sure you tune in around that time, and you'll be able to see all 3 displays for tomorrow. We've got fully fused fireworks tomorrow, as well as Sonic and Wizard fireworks, who I don't believe we've had before. That's quite exciting. I've also got to mention there was a huge firework that I've got to find this. I've got to pull it up. If you are familiar with ITV West Country, there was... Who is this with? It's with Phoenix. Okay, so Phoenix Fireworks coming up next. They have got a huge shell. I don't quite know if you can... No, you can't see it because I've covered my background with a firework. But there is an enormous shell that is going to be set off as part of Phoenix Fireworks. It is named Jackie Bang. Presumably it's got to be after Jackie Bird, who works at ITV West Country. So keep your eyes peeled for a huge bang in the next display, which is going to be happening in just a few minutes now. Third and final team of this evening. Somebody's saying, can I say British Firework Championships 5 times fast? I can barely talk as it is, so it's probably not sensible. Sheila saying, my coverage is much better this year. Thank you, Sheila. Every year we move. All right, who else have we got? Paul saying hello. Can you give a shout out to Jaden? Yes, I can. Hello, Jaden. We're a couple of minutes away from the final display of this evening, which is very exciting. Looks like they might just be running a tiny bit delayed. Sounds like there's no technical issues, which is good. I actually would have showed you that huge shell that they've got to fire in a minute. It's pretty big, so probably trying to get that lit up. Jenny Wills can't wait for the Jackie Bang. Honestly, I'm excited. Jackie hyped this up to me on Twitter earlier, so keep your eyes peeled, ITV fans. Who else have we got? Karen saying, watching from New Zealand. Karen could win the award for our furthest watcher. I'm not sure many are going to be able to top New Zealand, but hey ho. Thank you very much for tuning in. I wonder what time it is in New Zealand. Let us know, Karen. Send in another comment. Gemma saying, can you say hi to Lucas, age 9, watching from who? Absolutely. Hi, Lucas. Hope you're enjoying the fireworks. Let us know your favourite at the end. this is why I love live streaming when the comments can be turned on, because we get crackers like this. Can you say hi to the missus, please? She's not watching, but her thoughts there. I hope you get some brownie points for that, David. Not long now until your third and final firework display this evening. Your displays so far, we've had Nemesis Pyrotechnics as the first, Europa displays firing second, and soon to have Phoenix Fireworks as your third display of this evening. 3 more tomorrow, so make sure you come back. And then afterwards, they will use the judging panel. If you're not familiar with British Firework Championships, there is a very strict and stringent judging regime that all the displays go through. They've got to be 10 minutes. There's loads of things that they've got to, tick off that they're looking for to get maximum marks. So we'll be bringing you whoever the winner is, after tomorrow night. I can tell you the last winner was Aurora Fireworks last year. The way they get chosen, there's a draw in order to be chosen to compete in the Firework Championships. So you'll notice that even though Aurora won last year, they're not in it this year. And we've got quite a few new first-timers to the British Firework Championships, which makes it quite exciting. Emily saying, how are the fireworks judged? Who judges them? Which is a great question. Personally, I've never been asked to judge them. I have sat underneath the judges' balcony at one of the events. There's loads of intricate elements which I will find out more about. I invite you to come back tomorrow and I can, in more detail, give you more information, because the next display is about to happen. Here you go. Third and final display tonight.
Phoenix Fireworks.
Wow, how about that? That was pretty amazing, I think. That is the end of this evening's Firework Championships, but not the end of the live stream. We can still keep it going for a few more minutes. Let me know who your winner is so far. Don't forget, 3 more to come tomorrow. We'll start throwing up some of your comments on the screen. Pretty impressive display, that one. Some huge fireworks as part of the display. And also many of you pointing out just how colourful it was. Some people are asking, where was the Jackie Bang? I'm not sure. I think it may have been part of that huge kind of shower that came towards the end there with the gold displays. Sarah saying definitely the best so far. Paul saying Phoenix. Wendy, the one that we've just showed. Lou still saying 2. Jenny saying great job, thanks. Elaine, difficult between 2 and 3. And we had a few comments before about how the judging works. So before we wrap up for this evening, I just want to go back to that comment because it is quite interesting how it all works. So last year, basically, this is what I'm basing my information off. You have 6 judges, 3 of which are in the professional firework producing community, and then you've also got 3 lay people, and then they judge the competitors on a variety of attributes, like I mentioned before, but they can include the overall design of the display, the symmetry of the display, the choice of effects they use. Of course, there's a variety of, different firework styles that you can have, the wow factor. And then, of course, this year, as I mentioned, every competitor has been asked to include a portion of the display in dedication to the Platinum Jubilee. And so you get extra points for your Jubilee section based off how well they think it is fit the theme. So that's how that works in terms of the judging. Of course, we won't have the final winner until we've seen the other 3 displays tomorrow. So let me just remind you who's left and when you can come back and see this tomorrow. So tonight we've had Nemesis Pyrotechnics, Europla Displays, and Phoenix Fireworks. Tomorrow you will have Fully Fused Fireworks, Sonic Fireworks, and Wizard Fireworks. They should be firing in that particular order. The firing times, much like tonight, 9:30, 9:50, and 10 past 10, as long as nothing goes drastically wrong, as long as we don't have a fire out on the breakwater or anything like that. Fingers crossed it all goes to plan. The weather looking similar to tonight. If you are heading over to the Hoe or Jenny Cliff or Tinside Lido, you can even see the fireworks from Drake's Island this year, which is very exciting. So if you are going out, have a lovely time. The Hoe, the fun fair will be open from 2 p.m. up there. Entertainment will be on the stage on the Hoe from 6 p.m. And like I said, all the who's and ahs will be at 9:30. If you're not heading out, please come back and see me tomorrow because we'll be doing it all over again to make sure you don't miss anyone. And we'll also be updating you as to who the winner is when it gets announced at the end. Okay, let's just get a few more of your comments then before we leave. Team 3 is the winner, says Andrew. Chris, all of them were the best. Well, you might say that again tomorrow, and then how are you going to pick? Oh, Julian, I am the prettiest firework. Thank you so much. I shouldn't have put that one on the screen. That's very unprofessional of me. Elizabeth says, difficult to decide between 1 and 3. Interesting, because we did think number 2 stood a chance there, but not in Elizabeth's view. For anyone that mentioned before, we mentioned our furthest watcher over in New Zealand. It's about 9:30 in the morning, Thursday morning over there. So there you go. Jeanette watching from Bristol says, wow. Lynn saying the second one. Different Lynn, I preferred the third fireworks, love them so much. Sarah saying, thank you, I'm a nurse and can't always attend, so it's lovely to watch them online. That is why we do it. This display, this event is, it's free to the public here in Plymouth, so it's important that if you can't be there physically, then we do our best as your local news outlet to make sure you can see them too. Badger saying, please send a notification for tomorrow. You will get one. Make sure you follow, whatever Facebook page it is that you're watching on. You'll get a notification saying that we're live. We'll be starting a little bit earlier tomorrow, more like 9:15 than 27 minutes past 9. So we've got a little bit more time to talk about the teams. As I mentioned, one of the teams firing tomorrow is Sonic Fireworks, and they've actually provided a lot of information about their displays. So that'll be really interesting to talk through with you. Get my mouse back over onto this screen. Third was the best. Third, 100%. Lisa and Emma, aged 6, loved number 3. Fantastic. I'm sorry, some of these comments I can't put up, but thank you, and I'm glad to have you join us. We're gonna, there are 500 of you watching, so I am a sucker for a captive audience, but I think it's only fair to release you back to your lives now. It's 10:30 this evening. Final recap then. Tonight, you have seen the likes of Nemesis Pyrotechnics, Europla Displays UK, and Phoenix Fireworks, sorry. Tomorrow, you will be seeing Fully Fused Fireworks. They are a Sheffield-based company. They have been entertaining people for more than 40 years. So again, another company with really long tenure, much like Phoenix, who seem to be the favourites of tonight so far. Then Sonic Fireworks will be firing second tomorrow. They are from Devon. So not that we want to be doing a bit of favouritism, but representing the home county here. They have been taking part in displays for nearly 30 years. And then Kent-based Wizard Fireworks will be bringing the whole thing to a close, firing for the first time here in the British Firework Championship. So keep your eyes peeled for all of them. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being an excellent audience, and I hope you have enjoyed the fireworks displays so far. Come back again tomorrow. We will be going live about 9:15. Keep your eyes peeled. Come and join us. I'll find a brand new firework background to change it up, keep it exciting. And that's that. Thanks very much. Have a lovely evening, everyone. See you tomorrow.